Hey there, it's Seth Myers with Sinus Spine Sport and Rehab, and we're showing you some more kind of midsection or low back stability corrective exercises. We've already gone through a couple of different ones using this band, the core walkout, the Pallof press. This is kind of Pallof press with some special modifications. So if you wanted to get creative with the Pallof press, let's do the traditional Pallof press. You would walk out, press out. If you want to get creative with that, or if you've got a specific sport where you're in a specific stance more often, you can do that in this drill. So one variation that you might see very often with this Pallof press is getting in a split stance. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. So if you're an offensive lineman or something of that nature, really any sport where you might be off center, you can work this drill in that stance. You can switch. You can do it in a little bit more of an actual like lunge, knee close to the ground. You can do it in a squat position. And again, we want to make sure we do both sides. But another thing with this Pallof press that you don't see very often is you can even press overhead with all those variations we just mentioned. So bring it back in. We're going to take this band, throw it up a little bit higher, and we're going to do the same thing. So the start position is going to be a little bit higher. You can see it's angled up. But what we're going to do with this is we're going to press up overhead. So it hits similar muscle groups, but instead of in a rotational force, it's more of a force laterally or side to side. But then again, we can add those other stances. So that split stance with an overhead press, we can flip that. We could do this in a squat. You get the idea. Another cool little tip or trick is you can change the angle. So typically we set this drill up so it's pulling you directly sideways. If you wanted to press overhead, you could kind of turn so it's at like a 45 and do that, and it pulls just a slightly different angle. And again, this specific drill or this variation of Pallof pressing is just going to come down to you and maybe the sport you play or where you feel like you've got some weaknesses that you want to work on. You can get creative. You don't have to stay within a certain box with this drill. You can have fun with it and see if you can hit some of those weaknesses that you may have. But that's Pallof press with a handful of different variations. Give that one a shot.